Namaste, friends. This is Elle with Sacred Union Tarot. I'm going to do twin flame reading on, I didn't do one on Tuesday. Well, I did, but I don't think I posted it. So quite a shift in the energies, and the energies have been extremely sluggish, very difficult to read, very difficult to pull, very complicated. So I am going to do a twin flame Tuesday or Thursday, and then get back to my schedule for next week. The energy of the twin flames is kind of coming into sync. Every twin flame counterpart that I know personally have had very heartfelt discussions with their twins, a clearing of the air, something that I've been picking up in the energies for quite a while. A lot of truth being told, a lot of things that were hidden beneath the ego now. The ego is not a factor in the conversations anymore, so it's just truth, twin flame truth coming to the surface, being discussed. And then as I look back, even with my conversation with my own twin, everything that I pulled in the reading on twin flame energies was basically validated. So that kind of makes me feel good. But it feels like that this is a time for twins to start building this foundation. And remember, even in the readings, take it slow. If you're in communication with your twin, it needs to be your authentic truth and your authentic feelings. And take it slow. This is building of a foundation, because you're going to have to build trust. So let's see what the energies say. Watching clouds. Lie back, rest, and relax. Don't push. Don't try and be attached to any outcome. This is it's not an immediate unification. It is a slow unification process. So, and it has to be, and it should be. So take it slow. Kind of live your life and enjoy the journey. This is a great part of the journey. Grace and gratitude. How many times have we said, be in your feminine grace? Grace and gratitude. Through gratitude, joy expands. And we've been talking a lot about, in this shift, we're going to recalibrate how we experience joy in our life, and we're balancing. But look at this beautiful energy, so soft and relaxed and serene, and no pressure, no outcome, just being present in the moment and enjoying it for what it is. So that's part of the message. I'm going to use the Star Tarot for the Divine Masculine, and then I'll use the Good Tarot for the Divine Feminine. And then I'll pull just whatever I feel called to pull. I've got a few more decks here, so let's see. For the Divine Masculine energy, where is Divine Masculine energy right now? Feels very comfortable. Okay, so we have the Death. Divine Masculines have been in a really transformative kind of this awakening energy, because Divine Feminine is such in her divine grace energy. It is helping Divine Masculine transform, and you see the little butterfly there. This is, and the Phoenix, definitely a rising and like an awakening. The Wheel of Fortune. That's kind of the fate, so kind of stepping into his destined soul's path, the acknowledgement of the soul journey. And then here we have the Seven of Swords. And this is interesting, because usually the Seven of Swords is malicious intent. But here it's almost as though there's this beautiful stag. I mean, absolutely magical, which is a divine masculine, and it's like he's thrown the swords away. You know, he's just thrown the swords into the bottom of this lake, and there are two here, and that's almost representative of the Two of Swords energy, but they're not blocking him. It's almost as though these are the truths that I'm going to keep. I threw away the Five of Swords that were self-sabotaging me, and I'm standing in that Two of Swords truth. And that could be the truth of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. But the other Five Swords, he's tanked. And that was the self-sabotaging swords. What about the divine, how he is understanding the divine feminine and her divine feminine grace? How's he relating to that? Yep, Moon. It's kind of in the challenge position, so I better leave it that way. That's divine feminine energy. He's getting intuitive hits. He feels very connected to her through like telepathy and intuition. Part of his awakening process. Eight of Cups. Yeah, there you go. The Eight of Cups is the spiritual, your spiritual journey. So he is connecting to his spiritual journey. And look, it's like the divine feminine is under the water. And here are all the cups down here. And he may not be able to see her, but it's like she's there. Her presence is there. She's just beneath the surface. And here we have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles can often be kind of a fear-based, but in this deck it is not. This is a portal. And there's stability now in the energy. And a swan is a sign of twin flames. And it's like she's there. She's just on the other side of the portal. And there's stability in the energy between them now, which is opening that portal. Let's see, anything else? They told me to get my clarification deck. I know everybody wants to know how he's feeling. Keep in mind that beneath the 3D relationship, that 3D existence, there is a deep love there. And that is, and I hesitate to even ask because that is the answer. There is a deep love there. You know it, you can feel it if you're divine feminine. And they know it, they can feel it. So let's see if there's anything that Spirit wants to share with you about what's going on in his emotions. We have three major arcanas here. The Wheel of Fortune, the Moon, and the Death card. And the Death card has been, Towers and the Death card have been in the Divine Masculine energies for a while. See, there's that Two of Swords. Okay. Ten of Swords, the Two of Swords, and the Chariot. Moving past the painful part of this journey, it has been triggering. I mean, it has been, and I just looking back on my journey and the, you know, the pain that it has, that has each twin has caused. I've done my share of hurting too. But that's over now. And that's what was blocking everything. But now that's being overcome with the Chariot. That's in the past. And remember when we went through the eclipse portal, that's kind of like all of that's been left in the past. Yeah, here's the Queen of Cups. You're both in this kind of Queen of Cups energy. He sees you as very, you're very divine, feminine, emotional energy. And that is very attractive to him because that's that open-hearted discussion. And I know, like I said, every twin I have had that. In fact, I think every twin I know had it all on the same day. It was a Monday, and it was just like, wow. Everybody had a conversation. Let's pull that. Two of Pentacles. There's still some back and forth. It's still awkward and uncomfortable. There's still some, I'm not saying that the path is clear. You know, there are still issues to be resolved, but the intentional hurting is beyond. That's over. You're at a new and higher level now. And Queen of Swords underneath. That Queen of Swords energy is done. We're in the Queen of Cups energy now. Okay, so let's pull for the Divine Feminine. I said clear this. Okay. So it feels like the Divine Masculine is just kind of in this really calm energy. You know, no longer fear-based. No ego-based. It's just like very open and solid. And the Divine Feminine is in her Divine Feminine grace. And she's just experiencing, you know, this joyful, uplifted, joyful energy. Ah, Six of Pentacles, yeah. This is the balance. This is that equilibrium flow. Here we have that Stag again. She feels very balanced toward the Divine Masculine. She feels very balanced in her energy. She's willing to do the give and take part. It's not all about, you know, he needs to be the one to reach out. Now it's more of a, you know, a flow of energy between them. There's the Two of Cups. This is why she's in that Queen of Cups energy. And he's responding in kind of, and not even in the King of Cups energy, which is, you know, not really talking about their feelings. I think they're ready to talk about their feelings. They're in the Queen of Cup energy too. Oh, there's the Tower. But the interesting thing about this Tower is this Tower is not crumbling. This Tower is not being deconstructed. This Tower is solid. And it feels as though she's in that solid, what I'm hearing is bastion of faith. That she is in this faith in the journey, faith in the understanding. Interesting. What else about Divine Feminine? Emperor. What I'm getting from this is admiration toward the Divine Masculine. She feels very, she's starting to see him in that Emperor energy. And she has a certain amount of, you know, like proud of him for his accomplishments on his path. She's celebrating his success. Oh, and there's the Empress. How perfect is that? and the Queen of Wands. She is in her energy of creating and being passionate about her life. And that's very attractive to him. But look at this Two of Cups with the Emperor and the Empress. It almost, I mean, they are so regally bound together. It looks as though this is a wedding. He's in his finery. He had his sword of truth here. She is holding her little bouquet. He's right under the Six of Pentacles, which is that really balanced give and take energy. Took a long time to get here, didn't it? And now they're just allowing the journey to unfold the way it's meant to. They have surrendered the journey to the divine. All the pressure's off. Remember all of that intense longing, and it was like just the crazy overthinking and the constant agitation and anxiety over the journey, and now that's gone, and now it's just like it'll unfold the way it's meant to in divine timing. And until then, I'm going to send love and light and help him, you know. And I have noticed that the work I've done on this journey has reflected in the Divine Masculine. So, you know, all the work that we did since October of last year, really, I saw evidence of it in my twin's life. High Priestess. So we have the 2 and the 2 here. This is that deep knowing about this relationship. And that deep knowing is what you are now relying on. You just know. It just is that knowing that, you know what? It's all good. I've learned so much on the journey. I've grown so much. It's been purposeful for me. You've seen evidence of your journey, the progress you've made on your journey in your Divine Masculine. As you've healed, he's healed. As you became less codependent, he became less codependent. As you started to stand up for yourself and your worth, he started to stand up for himself and his worth. As you started to drop your ego, he started to drop his. And now you're in this beautiful energy of, I don't have to hide my truth anymore. I don't have to worry about telling how I feel. It's all good. All right, let's pull some clarification cards just to see. It's such a beautiful energy. And this is inspiring to the Divine Feminine, because she's like, wow, this is, I mean, it's at the point of looking back and saying, what a remarkable experience this has been. And it doesn't even matter if it goes any further. It's almost like you're just like, I'm good where I am. It doesn't, I'm released from a need. I just know, and I don't have that deep longing to have something happen. There's the Sun card, beautiful to see, and the 7 of Wands. That's interesting. Why is that 7 of Wands here? Ooh, the Hermit. In the challenge position. Okay, well, I can tell you why. The Divine Masculine may, at this point, not understand the spiritual nature of the journey in words like you do. They may not be able to articulate, you know, the fact that they're a twin soul, and the fact that they're on this spiritual path, and that they're ascension, and, you know, they're healing and all of that. They may not be able to articulate that. So maybe if you bring it up, they may be a little defensive, like, I don't believe in all that. It's not necessary that they do. Sure, you want to feel validated, but really you already are, because you know. There's the Magician. So whether or not they're able to share in the vernacular of this journey, to be able to express it to you, is really irrelevant. Their soul knows, and you know their soul knows. So it really doesn't matter. So don't push it. I mean, you don't feel like, okay, well, now that we're at this point, I'm going to start telling them everything about what I think about twin flames and everything. It's not necessary. If your twin is not bringing it up, you may just end up putting them on the defensive if you bring it up, because there's a whole level of not being able to understand that. They'll come to that knowledge in their time, right? Here we have the Tower here. When it's time for them to get that knowledge and to understand it, if that time comes for them, they will. It's not something that you need to push. You may decelerate their awakening. Okay, is there anything else I need to pull on? Let's see, I'm going to pull this deck. I haven't used this deck for a bit. This is the Secrets of the Tarot. See if anything else comes out that we need to know about. But this is beautiful energy. You are basically building this foundation because you're in the Six of Pentacles energy. You're both giving now. You're both open, giving and receiving. And that is helping build this new foundation. Anything else we need to know for Twin Flame Thursday? Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine energies, anything between them, anything that need to be aware of so that we don't get derailed. And I'm being asked to tell you that everybody wants their twin to reach out and say, do you know that, what do you know about twin flames? Just for the validation. What I'm being guided to say is that is no longer important. It's not how they express it. There's the Nine of Cups. Improvements underway. Feeling pleased. Page of Cups. Basically some good news. This is the Nine of Cups. Somebody bring in the Ten of Cups. And this might be, with this Page of Cups, it might be that they reach out and say, hey, do you know anything about twin flames? Just as I was saying that. And you're in this Nine of Cups energy, and that's where you need to be. But they may offer that, open that conversation. It's not important if they don't, but if they do, since I was saying that and this came up, you're going to kind of feel like, yeah, okay, now now I feel validated. But it's not necessary for you to feel in this Nine of Cups energy. Ace of Swords, yeah. It might be coming to you with a little bit of truth. Don't overwhelm them. If this conversation does happen where they reach out and say, have you heard anything about twin flames? Do you know what, do you know what that is? I've heard this term twin flames and I'm curious. If they do, don't overwhelm them. You're just being guided to, kind of share the truth in small doses. A cupful at a time, not the whole bucket full. Peace and harmony. Yeah, it's almost like there might be a point where they're taking the blindfold off, and they see this and they're coming to you for some sort of, it's like it resonates with them and they just need to know. And death again. The truth is going to transform. The blindfold's going to be ripped off here. And I mean, I really didn't anticipate this coming out in the reading. But as I was saying that about, you know, don't put them on the defensive if they get this epiphany about twin flames and they come to you. The advice is don't go off the deep end on it. You know, one cupful at a time, as to not overwhelm them. That's a lot of information. You've had, in some cases, years to kind of slowly digest and integrate this knowledge. To them, it's going to be hearing it for the first time. And remember how awkward that was. So I'm just giving you a heads up. Yeah, take it slow. Knight of Pentacles. Remember, you're building a foundation of trust, and, you know, overwhelming them with your truth about what twin flames are may not be what is needed. You're comfortable with it. They are not going to be that comfortable. It takes some time to understand the magnitude of what a twin flame is. And there could be some resistance and some defensiveness. You know, that first thing that they're probably going to say is, I didn't ask for this. So take it slow, cupful at a time, a dropper full, just a drop at a time, until, you know, they become more comfortable with the conversation, if the conversation happens. Not saying that it will, but if it does. You got two towers here, so one truth is being dismantled, and the bastion of truth is what's going to be revealed. So take it slow. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Namaste.